Why Martin Luther King Jr. is my hero. So, of all the people in history, the person that I tend to acclimate to is Martin Luther King Jr. I've read several books. I've been to the Lorraine Hotel where the Civil Rights Museum is in Memphis. If you ever are in Memphis, go to that thing. It's awesome. It's awesome. And I think it's simply because I look back and I think about how different the American society would be if, say, for example, Malcolm X had been the leader. I think that would have been a completely different society that we live in today. I think it would have been more adversarial and much more, I think, ultimately negative for everybody. And the great thing about Martin Luther King Jr. was the fact that he used nonviolent uprisings, and that is an incredibly difficult way to get things done. It's so much easier to just kill people. I mean, you get the shock and awe of killing people, and when you take your people and you put them in these sit-ins and that sort of thing, your people end up getting killed. And that is, you have to be such a powerful leader to keep your people moving forward in your initiatives as you watch them go to jail and get beat up violently and oftentimes killed. You can't be anything but one of the greatest leaders of all time to get that done. I mean, Gandhi was his big inspiration, and Gandhi could do that too. It's much easier just to kill your enemies because, you know, people get that. It makes sense. But I think the benefit of having a Martin Luther King Jr. is that you don't get a long-term residual animosity from both sides. I mean, you think about the Civil War. There's people still mad about the Civil War today. I mean, there's people with the Confederate flag, and I mean, they're still angry, and I think it's because of the violence. And because of Martin Luther King Jr., I think that that is why we have Barack Obama as our president. Now, it doesn't matter if you like Barack Obama or not. That's not the issue. The issue is that we were able to have Barack Obama become our president without some major catastrophe in our country. Yeah, people are upset and they're yelling, and we just had this congresswoman, she got killed, but I don't think that's a race issue. That's a whole different thing. I mean, we have violence, certainly, but in many other countries, this would have been a minority as their leader would have been the apocalypse. You're not going to see that happen in Canada. You're not going to see it happen in France. In societies that are supposedly much more socially conscious and aware, they aren't going to get that done. But we did, and I think it's because of the foundation that Martin Luther King Jr. gave to us that we were able to have that kind of thing happen. And yes, there is much more to be done. I think there are still inequalities that are going on. I'm not saying there aren't, but I think that we don't know, we dodged a bullet, as they say, I think, by having somebody like Martin Luther King Jr. So, you know, whether what you think or not about all of the race relations, I think it's impossible to deny the fact that we were lucky to have a leader as profound, as smart, and as dedicated as Martin Luther King Jr. was. I mean, you can probably count in recorded history the kind of leaders like that on one hand, I would think. So there it is, Martin Luther King Jr., my hero. All right, everybody, I'm Sage Lewis, the web marketing video guy, and happy marketing.